A winter storm bared down across New Mexico today, causing snow-packed icy roads, closures, and a series of crashes. One that critically injured a sergeant.
We have live team coverage of the snow, which is still coming down, and we can expect a winter freeze tonight. But first, let's start with Chief Meteorologist Mark Ronchetti.
Guys, we are seeing snow die down here in the metro area. That's not our concern anymore. Freezing temperatures will be, of course. We'll get into that in your full forecast. But we go out towards Santa Rosa, where the east central sections of the state, and especially extreme eastern New Mexico, are starting to see icing problems as well. You can see some of the snow collecting and ice now collecting along portions of I-40 here. And we're still going to see snow flying in these areas throughout the next few hours. So that's why there's concern. Their temperatures are dropping with nightfall. And obviously with the additional snow, we have issues. No more advisories here in the metro, but winter storm warnings across the northeast quarter of the state here throughout the next few hours at the very least, and winter weather advisories across the southeast. We even have some freezing rain concerns around Lee County right now, where we've had bands of freezing rain pushing through here, which obviously are treacherous. And you can see the snow now pushing its way through Guadalupe County. It'll continue to slide through extreme eastern New Mexico, where Roosevelt County is going to see more snow here before things quiet down throughout the overnight hours. Now, as you'll notice out to the west, we're starting to dry out a bit, but we do have another storm on the way and very cold temperatures on the way as well. So we'll get into details on all of that in your full forecast. We definitely still have a very active and very cold forecast on the way. Some of our coldest temps of the fall so far. Yeah, it's still fall, are on the way. But here in the metro today, it was a very active weather day. A lot of snow across the city here, and our Gabrielle Burkhart is downtown to talk about how the city coped with that. Gabrielle.
Mark, it is still very cold outside. The snow has since stopped, and today Albuquerque Public Schools gave the okay for parents to pick up their kids early. Lots of kids I talked to said they had some big plans.
I'm gonna go jump on the trampoline and have fun.
I like to play with the snow.
There's snow on the road.
I ate snow.
You ate snow?
Mm-hmm.
Now, no matter what they were doing, lots of APS students just enjoyed being outside today. Students were allowed to leave with parents early, and hundreds took advantage. But school buses and schedules ran as usual. Depending on where you are in the metro, 1 to 5 inches of snow fell today. It did make for some dangerous winter driving conditions in some areas. We spotted some accidents along I-40. Warnings have been posted along the highway for drivers to take caution. The Department of Transportation has had crews since early this morning out, and the snow didn't keep holiday shoppers away from ABQ Uptown. People bundled up and toughed out the cold. Snowfall on the big Christmas tree made for a winter setting people seemed to really enjoy.
We don't get it much, so every little bit counts. I think it's really nice though, and it's not gonna stop me from shopping or Christmas shopping.
Now, as far as classes go, APS officials tell us most students did stay in school today. They usually don't decide on delays or closing until early in the morning, usually around 5:30. So be sure and check on that tomorrow. Back to you.
Gabrielle, thank you. Crews at the Albuquerque Sunport had to bring out the heavy machinery to de-ice planes. We're told it only took about 20 minutes per plane. So far this afternoon, flights arriving in Albuquerque are about 30 minutes to an hour late because of weather in other parts of the country. 2 departing flights to Dallas have been canceled, and there are a few others on delay. So if you're flying out of New Mexico tonight, be sure to check with your airline for any changes. Well, the weather's to blame for a crash that has left a Sandoval County sergeant in critical condition. It happened earlier today on I-25 near the San Felipe Casino. Authorities say Sergeant Robert Barron was directing traffic near an accident when a driver lost control and hit him. Barron was rushed to UNM Hospital. No word at this hour on whether the driver who struck him will face charges.
And take a look at this. A Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputy got his patrol car stuck in the snow. It happened this afternoon on northbound I-25 at the Old Pecos Trail. It looks like the deputy slid on the icy roads because the car did come to a stop. Snow has been falling in the Santa Fe area since before the sun came up. City streets are covered. State employees were sent home early today. And this is the reason why. Dangerous roads. One of our photographers caught this earlier today near Glorieta. A pickup truck pulling a trailer almost lost control on Interstate 25. This truck and the trailer slipped and slid, but ultimately regained control before continuing on the freeway. What's it like out there now? News 13's Kayla Ayers is live in Glorieta with more. Kayla?
Jessica, the snow was coming down all afternoon here in Glorieta. It has since stopped, but crews are still out plowing, salting, and cindering roads. We saw several of those crews out working on the roads on our drive north, clearing them for drivers. I-25 was actually shut down in this area for a bit. The good news, it has reopened, though parts are still icy and snow-packed. We haven't seen many people on the road since we passed through Santa Fe. It seems many are listening to the warnings and staying off the road here. But driving from Albuquerque earlier was a different story. We saw quite a few accidents, like one near La Bajada where a van slid down an embankment into the median. And just past Santa Fe on I-25, we saw another car stuck in the shoulder. Search and rescue was working on digging that car out when we drove past. Now the DOT continues to report difficult driving conditions throughout northern New Mexico, and state police say many of the accidents they've seen have been from people driving too fast in the snow. So be careful out here. Back to you.
All right, Kayla, thank you. It has been rough to the east of Albuquerque as well. Viewer video shows I-40 covered in snow, and things were just as bad driving on the back roads. The plows were out, but once they did their job, the snow fell and those back roads were covered all over again. And with a lot of snow comes a lot of crashes. News 13's Cole Miller is live at I-40 and Tramway. Cole?
Dean, if you traveled east of Albuquerque along I-40, you definitely saw your fair share of winter weather. And as that snow tapers off tonight, the ice is here to stay. Things were at their worst this morning. Our cameras caught accidents all along the highway. Semi-trucks faced an uphill battle at Cedillo Hill. We saw quite a few stuck as they tried to make that climb. Snow was falling very hard at times, making it tough to see with very low visibility. And as the day went on, travel picked up a little. The roads are still sloppy though, and if you do have to hit the roads through the East Mountains tonight, it's going to be icy.
Oh yeah, it could be, no snow on the ground, but it could be wet, and that ice comes, then it could be really bad, and it gets really bad fast.
And within the past hour, temperatures have really taken a nosedive, Dean, so if you do have to go out tonight, use extra caution, give yourself plenty of time and plenty of room. Back to you.
Good advice, Cole. Thank you. Valencia County got slammed with snow as well. This is what it looked like this morning in Los Lunas. You can see people driving with their lights on as they made their way carefully to work. Los Lunas schools were initially on a 2-hour delay, but when that snow really started to fall, classes were canceled for the day. In Belen, schools were dismissed early because of the weather.